What up, guys? That guy Fox after a long hiatus, and yeah, let's just talk about it. Hopefully, my video doesn't get demonetized after this, but I gotta talk about it. COVID-19. I think it's really interesting that this really seems to be a battle between uneducated people versus educated people. I try my best to keep on top of the news and try to keep on top of articles that are from doctors or videos that are from doctors like Dr. Mike, who's on YouTube. But it really just seems like the people that are the most qualified to speak on this topic are just being either ignored or they're being shut down, or it's I don't know. I really don't really understand. Even in Japan here, especially in Osaka. Oh no, not in Osaka. Osaka, the governor in Osaka is actually really a really decent guy. As you may or may not have heard, there is a state of emergency in Japan, and what this means actually is that the government can ask everyone to stay home. There's no actual lockdown. It's an emergency, but it's just kind of like, hey guys, we gotta pay attention now. Each individual prefecture needs to do what they need to do by themselves, kind of. Well, not by themselves, but you know what I mean. Like, they have to make the decision to actually have a lockdown prefecturally, because the state of emergency was, number one, declared pretty late, and number two, because even when Abe declared the state of emergency, he really didn't explain much. Just like in America, where Trump, he gets up on in his press conferences and acts like the virus is either A, not a real, it's not a big deal, B, now that he knows that the virus is a big deal, he thinks like, oh well, it's just gonna go away soon, and then he flip flops again, and he's like, well, we should, do everything that we can to support our states, but then he says that the states should do what they need to do by themselves. But then now we're hearing there's news articles hearing that the federal government is actually confiscating parts of the inventory that the states are ordering, and it's just a mess. It's just an absolute mess. Without going super deep in this video per se, what is this? Is that water? Or is it? Without going super deep in this video, I'm okay. My family's okay. My friends are okay. My friends are okay here. Nobody that I personally know, to my knowledge, is sick with it right now. Knock on wood. But everybody watching the video, please be safe. Stay home. Stay home. I cannot stress this enough, especially me being an asthmatic myself. It's not about if you get the virus. It's about if you get it and give it to somebody else that is, vulnerable, more vulnerable to it. I've seen a lot of people on Instagram, and actually, I've actually fought with a lot of my friends about people staying home, and then, like, I got a lot of friends that are like, oh no, this is just a 5G conspiracy, blah blah blah. Yo, guys, listen to the people with the degrees. Listen to the people that are working in the field. Listen to the people listen to the doctors that are constantly saying the same things. This shit's not going to go away very soon. We don't have a vaccine, guys. Right now there's a lot of talks about flattening the curve and flattening the curve and flattening the curve. Yes, that it's going to flatten the curve, but you guys, you don't understand that there is not a vaccine. You can get this shit again. There have been cases where people get the virus, recover from the virus, and get the virus again. Now, I will say that one where people are getting the virus again, that is not, from what I've read, that is not 100% clear. We don't know if they got the virus, had, and then actually recovered, went to the hospital, recovered, and then got that same virus again. There's no way to, well, I don't know if there's a way to test the proteins, but from Dr. Fauci himself, he says that there is we just don't know yet, but there are stories about this stuff happening again. And I digress. There is no vaccine. So stop acting like we're just gonna slow down the curve and then eventually this shit'll die out. How? There's no. People are just going to keep getting it, and it's going to keep getting worse unless we follow the simple directions of the doctors and the medical professionals that are telling us to stay the fuck inside. There's another video that's coming out about this where I'm talking about this deeper because it's just I just don't understand. The numbers in Japan are multiplying by the day. New York is pretty much on fire. There's a bunch of places in the U.S., Florida, like these idiots, where it's like, these kids go out to spring break, and then you find out that a lot of those kids from that spring break now have the fucking virus. Guys, it's this. I'm at a loss for words, kind of. It's just amazing to actually see how much we care about each other at this moment. Like, it's not about going out, it's not about having fun. I know you're bored at home. I've been at home for literally a month and a week now, and it's tough for me to even just stay here, just stay. The only times I go out now is to go get my groceries and maybe have a walk when I know that nobody's on the street. That's just how it has to be, because if I get the shit, I have a lot of friends and a lot of friends that have old relatives. And now if I have the virus, even if I'm asymptomatic, if I give them the virus, they take that crap home, and now their parents have, and their parents die. And that's how you track it. So the problem, I don't, I'm not gonna get into it too much right now, but please, 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 please stay safe, stay home, watch YouTube, get your information, not just, and please don't just get your information from YouTube. Do your reading. There are plenty of articles by doctors out there. There are plenty of articles out there by professionals that are in the medical field out there that explains this virus on many different levels. Just please be smart about this. Like, this is kind of like a world test kind of thing. Are we going to let this virus completely, delete a percentage of our population because we're listening to these politicians who don't actually know shit? Please, one thing that I will request of you guys, I might actually put a link in the description. Go listen to one of these press conferences, guys. Just listen to the press conference. Listen and note how whenever somebody asks Trump about the virus or about something that happened about the virus or whatever, listen to how he doesn't actually answer any questions. Listen to how he actually gets mad at reporters because they ask him legitimate questions about the health and safety of the American people. I don't know. It's just absolute comedy watching it. It's really like, you can see right there in a press conference how little he knows about anything that's happening right now. How much he's trying to suppress the people that know more about the situation just because he's trying to make a buck off of this whole fiasco. Guys, please be safe, be careful, don't panic. Like, keep your, another thing too is just to make sure that your mental health is paramount in all of this, because this is absolutely insane. I feel like I'm in a movie. It really is. It feels like the movie. I think it's called Contagion, actually. But anyways, guys, stay safe. This is That Guy Fox. Expect the next video here. I actually might just drop it tomorrow. But yeah. Peace.